Welcome back into the next lecture of multiple integration. Today we are going to take double integration in polar coordinates. So sometimes the double integral can be changed from your Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate. Sometimes the double integral xy can be changed from Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate. That is r theta. How do we do this? And then you know the substitution, x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, and your dx dy will be j dr d theta. Now what is j? J is your Jacobian, also called as functional dependent. Let us find me the Jacobian j. So del of xy upon del of r theta is my definition of Jacobian. So this is del x upon del r, del x upon del theta, del y upon del r, del y upon del theta. Okay, so let us find the partial derivative. Now you know that x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta. Let us find the derivative. So derivative of x with respect to r, what is that? Cos theta. Partial derivative, while taking the derivative with respect to r, you take theta as a constant. Similarly, this will be minus r sin theta. Derivative of y with respect to r will be sin theta, and derivative of y with respect to r will be r cos theta. Let us cross multiply this. You will get r cos square theta plus r sin square theta. And you know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So my Jacobian j in this case is r. Right? So my double integration of fxy dx dy can be written as double integration of f r cos theta r sin theta. This is, you know, r dr d theta. Right? So this will be my polar form. Now usually double integration of polar form, you have to take the integration with respect to r and theta. But in this case, we don't have a vertical strip or a horizontal strip as in the Cartesian coordinate. Here we have a radial strip. Okay, radial strip, which is, for example, if it is a circle, the strip is from the origin this way and the strip is that way. It is radial. Okay, it is not horizontal or vertical, and it is a radial strip and it moves in anti-clockwise direction. This strip moves in anti-clockwise direction. So this will move this way, right? So your theta, that is the angle that will it cover, will be my 360 degree. Okay, that is 2 pi. For a complete circle, it will be 2 pi. Okay, so the limits of integration here it will be f of r theta r dr d theta. This will be my integration now in the polar form. Here your limits of integration here is for function is integrated first with respect to r and then with respect to theta. So r will be any and this will be theta, right? So you can take a note of this. Write down the note. The function is integrated first with respect to r and then with respect to theta. So this is common. You need to remember this. Okay. पहले inner limits हमेशा r के होंगे and then outer limits हमेशा theta के होंगे. So these are my some basics of your polar integration. Now the limits of polar integrals are substituted usually and found out. But always it will be a tedious job. Sometimes you may get a circle, sometimes you may get a semicircle, sometimes you may get a cardioid, as you have studied cardioid in your curve tracing unit, right? So sometimes depends on the different curves, you will get different limits. So what we will do now, in general, we will find some standard limits where you will get an idea how to find the limits. You can learn them or memorize them, or even if you don't memorize or you forget, there is always a logic. As it is found by substitution, you need not learn them, right? So you can give the heading. Please note down in your notebook. This will be helpful for you for this type also. And whenever I take area, this is an application of double integration area. At that time, my polar form is really important, right? So some integrations become easier when we convert into polar form, right? So write down limits in polar integral or in polar form. So we'll take some standard curves and we will find the limits of those standard curves over here. Okay, so let us take the first standard curve. That is a complete circle. Okay, this is just to explain the logic. You need not learn the limits. Okay. Complete circle, the equation is x square plus y square is equal to a square. Let us draw that circle first. I will draw the circle. This is my x-axis, y-axis. I draw a circle, right? The circle is x square plus y square is equal to a square. Now this is in Cartesian form, right? The complete circle is in Cartesian form. I need to find the value in the polar form. How do you find? Substitute again same. X is equal to r cos theta. Y is equal to r sin theta. Let us substitute, you will get the equation of a circle. So this will be r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is equal to a square. Right? So you can take r square common and you know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So r is equal to a is the equation of the circle. ओके सो अगर मैं कार्टेशियन में उसको एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू ए स्क्वायर बोलती हूँ तो मैं उसको पोलर में बोलूंगी आर इज इक्वल टू ए. सो इफ दिस इज द इक्वेशन इन कार्टेशियन फॉर्म, राइट, देन this is the equation in the polar form. So polar form will be r is equal to a. Now once you get the equation in the polar form, you know that my integration for a complete circle, the inner limits are in terms of r and the outer limits are for theta. This is constant f of r and theta, r dr d theta. Okay, so let us find the limits of integration. Here again I repeat, you do not have a vertical strip or a horizontal strip. Here you have a radial strip. Now radial strip is this way usually. It starts from the origin over here, and it stops at the circle. So this strip will move from here, it will go this way, this way, this way, this way, and come back to the original position where it has started. So clock को अगर उल्टा घुमाएंगे तो कैसे घूमेगा? This is how it will move. Okay, anti-clockwise direction. So here what is the equation origin है? So here it will be R is equal to A. Right? So how does this strip move usually? It touches here 0. So this is the lower limit. And here it is touching the red circle. That is my upper limit. So 0 to A is my inner limits for a complete circle. And now the outer limits are theta. For a complete circle, what will be the theta? How much angle will it travel for a clock? 360 degrees. So 360 degrees is 2 pi. Okay. So these are the limits for a complete circle. Now let us see for a semicircle. Same logic I will see. I hope now you have got the logic. What is the radial strip? Okay, here the semicircle equation is, it is y greater than equal to 0, not on the other side. Okay. So this will be my complete circle. My radial strip will be like this. And again it will travel from starting, that is this, anti-clockwise. So it will travel from this to this way. Okay. So here it is what? R is equal to A. And semicircle also the equation is R is equal to A only, because the circle equation is same. So semicircle equation is also R is equal to A. Positive quadrant of a circle is also R is equal to A. Okay. So only what will change is your theta. That is my outer limits. So here the limits of integration will be, inner limits are for R as we have seen. So this will be 0 to A. The inner limits will be same, because anyway it is a circle. It may be a semi or a positive quadrant, or the limits, inner limits are same. The angle will change. Angle is how much in this? It is 180 degree only. It won't travel for a complete circle. So that is 0 to pi. Okay. So these are the limits for a semicircle. Let us try for a positive quadrant of a circle. Now what you do, students, pause the video and do it on your own. Find the limits for a positive quadrant of a circle and then come back and check whether you're doing is correct or no. If whatever you're doing is correct, that means you are on the track and you're understanding what is going on. So for a positive quadrant of a circle, so this is your x and y axis. So for a positive quadrant of a circle, it will be only up till here. The equation is same, R is equal to A. Okay. So the radial strip will be same. It will start from origin and it will end at R is equal to A. Okay. But the theta will be different. What will be the theta? Yes, from the diagram, obviously it can be seen it is 90 degrees. So for a positive quadrant of a circle, the circle is same, R is equal to A. My integration will be 0 to pi by 2, that is 90 degree. Theta is always the outer limits. And the inner limits will be 0 to A. F of R theta, R dr d theta. Don't forget to write that R, okay? That is a value of Jacobian. I have found out in the starting only. So these are basically the three cases of the same curve R is equal to A. Okay, here you can see this was your r is equal to a. So basically these are the three cases for a complete circle, then for a semicircle, and third case was for a positive quadrant of a circle. Now let us take the next curve. Now we won't take the same curve. Let us take some different curve. The next curve that we take is another circle. Okay, so now we will consider a circle. X square plus y square is equal to 2ax. Right? So now in this circle, you know, in the starting of the second lecture, I have made you draw this circle. You know how this circle is, right? If you don't remember, you can go back to that video and check the standard curves. In that we have seen this circle. So now in this circle, let us see what is the polar form of this circle. This is your Cartesian form. So how do you see the polar form? Substitute x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta in this Cartesian form, and just check what do you get. So after I substitute, I'll get r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta and 2a r cos theta. Okay, so this is nothing but r square is equal to 2ar cos theta, because you know cos square plus sin square is 1. Now r and r will get cancelled, so the value of r is 2a cos theta. Right? So this circle in Cartesian coordinate is called 2a cos theta in the polar coordinate. So this curve and this curve will be same anyway. So let us draw this curve now. How to draw this curve? We have seen in the standard curves, you know, it is a circle with the radius a comma 0. I mean with the origin a comma 0 and radius a. Right? So this is this circle. Now the radial strip you will take, the radial strip is this way, right? So this is what, this circle is what, r is equal to 2a cos theta, and you know it will travel in anti-clockwise, this direction. This is the direction of the radial strip. It won't travel this way, it will travel from here, then here, then here, and then here. This way it will travel, right? Now this is your 2a comma 0. The center of the circle is a comma 0, right? And here it is r equal to 0. So clearly inner limits are very clear, 0 to 2a cos theta, because the radial strip is touching 2a cos theta. But now the outer limits, okay? Usually see in the curve tracing you must have seen, this is your 0, this is called your pi by 2, okay? This is called your pi, this is called your 3 pi by 2 also you can call this if you take in anti-clockwise direction, or if you go in clockwise direction you can call this as minus pi by 2, any one and the same it is, and this is again called as 2 pi. So what will be the angle now? It is traveling from here till here. It is traveling from anti-clockwise direction. So what angle can you take? Minus pi by 2, 2 pi by 2. So my outer limits will be minus pi by 2, 2 pi by 2. So integration for the circle r is equal to 2a cos theta is this. Okay, this is f of r theta, r dr d theta. Similarly, I am not writing for a semicircle of this circle. For semicircle, the inner limits will be same. The outer limits will be 0 to pi by 2. 90 degrees में रहेगा तो 0 to pi by 2. Fine. Let us take another curve. So let us take the fifth curve of this. So fifth curve is another circle. So for a circle, x square plus y square is equal to 2ay. Right? This is another circle. In the curve tracing, we have seen how to draw the circle. But let us find first what is the polar form of this. So substitute x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. You will get x square as, this can be shifted as r square cos square theta. Okay. So my original curve, that is x square plus y square is equal to 2ay, will become r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta, and it is 2a r sin theta, same as we did in the earlier topic. So r square will be 2ar sin theta. So the equation of this x square plus y square is equal to 2ay is nothing but 2a sin theta. Okay, this is the equation of this curve. So let us draw this circle now. This is my x-axis and y-axis. So x square plus y square is equal to 2ay usually is a circle on your y-axis, right? With the center 0, a, and here it is 0, twice a. Okay, so now the angle, you know it very well. Now only I showed you, this will be 0 and pi. The radial strip that we will consider over here will be this way. Right? And the radial strip, you know, it travels from anti-clockwise direction, that is in this direction. Right? So what will be the angle clearly? 360 degrees का half. Complete circle ऊपर है. So 0 to pi में पूरा circle cover कर लेगा वो. Right? So the outer radius, outer limits will be 0 to pi. And inner limits are clear. Here it is r is equal to 0. And this circle is r is equal to, I have just found out, 2a sin theta. Right? So for this case, my limits of integration I will be 0 to pi and 0 to 2a sin theta r dr d theta. Fine. Let us take some another curve. Let us see a cardioid. We have seen a cardioid in your curve tracing polar form. It was an important curve and we'll see many a times in this case. If you have missed your curve tracing unit, don't worry. You can memorize the equation of a cardioid. There are 4 types of cardioid. We are studying 2 over here. Let us study this. Cardioid r is equal to a plus 1 plus cos theta. This is usually a heart-shaped curve or a rose type of a petal curve, you can say, or a heart-shaped curve. How to remember how to draw this we have seen in your curve tracing. So whenever you have 1 plus cos theta, so that will be on your positive x-axis. If you have 1 minus cos theta, the heart shape will be opposite to it. That is a mirror image of it. Okay. It is 1 plus sine theta, it is upwards. 1 minus sine theta is downwards. So these are the 4 cardioids you studied in your curve tracing part. This cardioid is r is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta. This is already in polar form, right? So now my radial strip. Pay attention now. Use a bit of logic. Radial strip will start from the center, right? And it will travel in anti-clockwise direction. How will be the direction? It will start from here, go here, go here, go here, and again it will stop here. So this will be anti-clockwise direction. So clearly in the center, the limits are what? 0. And the radial strip, wherever it is touching, that will be a cardioid. Cardioid equation is a into 1 plus cos theta. So my inner limits will be 0 to a into 1 plus cos theta. That is clear. Now cardioid outer limits are same as the limits of a complete circle. In a complete circle also, it has to travel the whole 360 degrees. Same way in all the cardioid, it has to travel in the whole 360 degrees. Okay, so for a cardioid, my limits of integration, you can memorize this, or once you get the logic, it's easy for you. Okay, my limits of integration here are, it starts from 0, and the equation of cardioid, that is already given, that is my upper limit. And here the angle is the whole 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi. Okay, now you can try this cardioid equation. Do it on your own now. For a cardioid, let me take another cardioid that is on the other opposite side, a into 1 minus cos theta. Come on, let's draw this cardioid first. How we will draw this cardioid? Yes, x-axis, y-axis will be same. It is a heart-shaped curve again on the opposite hand side. That is minus cos theta you have, so it will be on the negative x-axis. We have plotted this in curve tracing, so I am not going into those details. I am directly drawing the curve. Now consider a radial strip as we did in the earlier sum. The radial strip will be anywhere it touches. For example, it is this way. So here the radial strip will travel from this point and it will reach up till this point. Okay, so again theta will be same, 0 to 2 pi, and my inner limits will be, it is touching 0 and it is touching the cardioid. The equation of the cardioid is what? R is equal to 1 minus a into 1 minus cos theta. Right? So my inner limits will be 0 to a into 1 minus cos theta. So my integration for this cardioid will become, the angle, the theta, is 0 to 2 pi as we did in the earlier sum. R will be 0 to a into 1 minus cos theta. Okay, r dr d theta. Okay, so these will be the limits of both the cardioids. I hope the cardioids are clear. The angle is 360 degrees, same as a complete circle angle. Let us take another curve. You have studied this, a Bernoulli's-Lemnis gate. Okay, this also we have studied in the curve tracing part. So a Bernoulli's-Lemnis gate, the equation is r square is equal to a square cos 2 theta. Now how is this curve? This curve is your two petals on the opposite side. If you remember, this curve is how? First you draw x-axis, your y-axis, right? Then you draw the line y is equal to x and y is equal to minus x in this. And then these are the petals, like this one and this one. This is your Bernoulli's lemniscate. You can refer back to your curve tracing unit and then you will remember what is Bernoulli's lemniscate. So these are the two same petals on both the sides, right? This is 0 angle, this is pi by 4 angle, this is pi by 2 angle, and so on. This is minus pi by 4 angle. You know it very well, right? So now these are the two petals. This is loop 1 and this is loop 2. Loop 1 you can call. So whenever I find the integration of this, for 2 loops you will multiply by 2. Or you can add one loop to another loop or multiply 2 into the first loop. That will give you the same answer. But if the question is asked, find the area of only one loop, then you will not multiply by 2. Right? So, एक का find करके हम 2 से multiply करेंगे because anyway it is the same. So, this is what we take as the radial strip. Here the radial strip is traveling from this angle to this angle. So, the angle will be what? Minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4. Clear it is. And now the inner limits. So inner limits, the equation for a Bernoulli's lemniscate is what? R is equal to under root of a square will become a and cos 2 theta. Because r square value is given, I need to find the value of r. So here it is touching 0 and here it is touching the Bernoulli's lemniscate, which is this equation. Right? So you can write for the whole curve or for the 2 loops. So for the 2 loops, the integration is 2 into minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4. This is my angle. Why I am doing 2 into? Because you have 2 loops. And the inner limits will be 0 to a under root of cos of 2 theta f of r theta r dr d theta. So if only one loop is asked, then what will be the integration? So for one loop, the integration I is minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 and 0 to the limits will be same, only you won't multiply by 2 because only one loop is asked. Okay, is this clear? So these are the limits for Bernoulli's lemniscate. Fine. So these are my some basic standard curves I have taken. So you get an idea how to find the limits. Usually, let us memorize once again. The inner limits are in terms of r. We take a radial strip. It travels in anti-clockwise direction. The outer limits are in terms of theta. Okay. And then the radial strip, we can find the radial strip where it touches, and that becomes my inner limits. And for outer limits, you have to travel the whole radial strip in the anti-clockwise direction to get the answer.